Hello everyone, good evening, welcome to Roma Theory. This is your weekly Roma talk. We will speak about everything that happened over this last week. I mean, there was the international break, so the main focus of this stream is obviously going to be yesterday's game. We're going to look at deeper statistics, we're going to look at deeper insights, maybe even have a look at individual performances better than our match reaction. Because match reaction is more of a collective judgment. This is exactly to give better and more deep comments on everything. And I mean, look, first of all, that's a new camera. I mean, it's not a camera. I'm filming with my phone. So let me know the audio quality and let me know if you think that the quality of the screen is better. So let me know all of that. Now, obviously, I want to start off by something with a clarification from yesterday's match reaction, because I think re-listening to the match reaction, at a certain point I said how the red card for Mourinho was fair. Now that's not what I intended. What I intended and when I used the word fair, I said that it's fair to say that the actions which led to the red card were evitable. I personally think that was never a red card, as the majority of us think that's never a red card, because the actions that Jose did were not directed to the referee. It was simple mockery, and it definitely was not red card material. And second of all, which I think is even more important, you compare Jose's behavior yesterday to other managers, and sorry, but other managers should get a red card as well. I mean, you look at Allegri yesterday. I'm not saying Allegri deserved a red card for getting that jacket off and throwing it away, but if you compare it to what Mourinho did, there isn't a massive difference. So again, this is another example. Referees don't like him. Referees hate him, and they are going to continue to target him, which is obviously not great for a reputation with refs, but that's who he is. Anyways, the first statistic which I want to look at, which is a very interesting statistic, is related with Belotti. Now, Belotti this season is, first of all, the most fouled player in our team. He got fouled 16 times, and he caused 3 red cards in 9 game weeks. Now that's a lot, and that shows you how the utility of a player like Belotti. He got a red card for Monza yesterday. He got a red card against Verona. And he got a red card against Milan when he made Tomori get off for a red card. Utility is massive. That guy fights. That guy thinks about the overall performance more than the individual performance. Belotti thinks about helping the team more than he cares about scoring goals. And I think, again, for example, you look at Lukaku. Lukaku obviously helps the team, but you look at him and he's way more determined to break records and score goals. He wants that goal in every game he plays. Belotti's not like that. At least in my opinion, Belotti is different from that. I'd actually argue that, as I just said, Belotti thinks about the collective performance more than the individual one. In 9 game weeks, he caused 3 red cards. In those 3 red cards, we won a game, and the other 2 were useless because we lost against both Milan and Verona. But yesterday's red card was the reason we won that game. I said it yesterday, I don't personally think we deserved to win yesterday. We created good, we hit the post, but I think Monza created just as much as us. So I think yesterday's result, the perfect result, would have been a draw. I'm so happy we won, and one of the reasons we won traces back to Belotti, who won that foul and made us play 1 hour 11 against 10, and it does affect the performance, not just of our team, but our opponents as well. So that's definitely big. I think, again, you look at the red cards that he's causing, and you look at the ratio, games played, goals scored, and Belotti has to be up there as one of the best players that respects this statistic, because he started against Salernitana and he scored a goal. He started against No, he got subbed in against Cagliari and scored a goal. He started against Servette and got a goal. I think overall, you look at the games he played and compare it to the goals he scored, I think it's a very good ratio. Again, I don't think this season our trouble and our difficulties lay in attack. I think, and look, when I say defence, our defence has been playing better. Monza isn't an easy opponent. And I would have never said at the start of the game that we would not have conceded a goal against them. Our defence definitely looks weaker than our attack. And if something needs to improve, it's definitely our defence, because our attack scores a lot of goals. We're one of the best attacking sides in the league. But with that being said, I see a more balanced team. I see a more balanced team in terms of the kind of distributing the attention into various different sections. So that's obviously very important. And obviously, just while we're there, we're speaking about strikers. We've got a massive statistic about Lukaku. Now, obviously, Lukaku scored 5 league goals in 6 league games where he started. That Milan game doesn't count because he played 15 minutes. There's a massive statistic and record when you think about Lukaku. And it's the fact that with Lukaku on the pitch, we got 13 points. And that is as many points as Inter and Juventus got. Obviously in those games played. Lukaku is a game changer. Yesterday, he didn't play a massive game, but it happens. I think Monza yesterday played a very well-organised defensive game. I've said it in the match reaction, and I'm pretty sure I've said it in the stadium vlog as well. At a certain point, I was going insane because we kept on attacking and they kept on winning every single tackle and they kept on clearing the ball away. And I was going insane because, those games aren't the games you want to watch. But overall, we won the game. I was going insane. We were attacking and then they were clearing it away. Monza played a very good defensive game yesterday. And you could see it. Lukaku, they marked Lukaku so well. They put 3 men on Lukaku every time we attacked. Monza's a defensive side. Lukaku's a very physical striker. But Monza prepared the anti-Lukaku program very, very well. Look at that game again. Look at every time we attacked. There were 2/3 men always marking Lukaku against him. All of that. Every time. That's why Lukaku didn't touch many balls yesterday. And that's why, as a result of this, the overall impact which Lukaku gave in yesterday's game wasn't massive. With that being said, he's been determinant. He's just been so determined to score goals in these past games. He's been on such great form. With Lukaku on the pitch, we have got Champions League numbers. That's not me saying it. That's the numbers which show it. With Lukaku starting, so don't count the Milan game because he played 10 minutes. Don't count the Verona game because he wasn't there. And don't count the Salernitana game. With Lukaku on the pitch, we are a Champions League side. And the stats show it, the numbers show it, and the way we are improving shows it with Lukaku. Because, again, Lukaku is one of those players which makes the entire team play better. Have we all noticed that? I'm pretty sure everybody has noticed that. Lukaku is a player which makes our fullbacks play well. And that's massive. Because if you compare the performance of our fullbacks now to the performance of our fullbacks at the start of the season, which wasn't, ages ago, but, it was still, you can spot so many differences. Because Lukaku comes back, helps the team, plays with his back towards the goal. He distributes the ball wide to the wingers, to the fullbacks. And that's why yesterday Spinazzola played a great game in my opinion. Spinazzola was one of my man of the matches. Not my man of the match, but one of my man of the matches. And again, Lukaku makes him play better. Same with Korsdorp in my opinion. So that's very important. Strikers are living a great moment. And yeah. Speaking about our defense, on the other hand, we've got Smalling who's almost back. Smalling is almost back. I'm reading and I have read today that Smalling will be on the bench for the Slavia game, which is good. It means he's back going. Again, it would be a risk to start him from the very first minute and let him play 90 minutes. That won't happen because it would be a massive gamble to do that. But Smalling's back and he's going to sit on the bench. And I think he's going to get the last 20 minutes. Which can get his cycle back going. So Smalling's back and it helps a lot. Llorente obviously back yesterday. He didn't start, but he got subbed in. Now, Ndika did get a little foot injury. It's nothing major. He's probably going to miss the Slavia game and maybe the Inter game, or maybe he'll even be back for the Inter game. I'm not sure. It really is... Look, these injuries really don't help. These injuries are a pain. They really are a pain because the second a player comes back from his own injury, another player falls injured. And we are constantly in this cycle where we get a player back, but then we get a player injured. And then we get a player back, and then we get a player injured. So, okay, maybe some good players might be back from their injuries and some weaker players might be out for their injuries, but overall you're always where you started, missing players, and it really does not help. Now that Smalling's almost back and Llorente's almost back, we've got Ndika who has a minor injury, and Azmoun also got a minor injury from yesterday's game. Again, nothing major. I think it's just relax his muscle for 24 hours and he'll be back. But, you know, speaking about other injuries, Dybala will probably be... Dybala's going to miss the Inter game. I think Dybala's big target is the derby. And, oh boy, we need Dybala in that derby because playing with Lukaku and Dybala in a derby is one thing and playing with just Lukaku is another thing. Dybala is so unlucky with derbies, by the way. He missed the first derby last season, and he didn't play a full derby in the second, in March, and then back again, risking performances in derbies. Dybala's fragile, and we know this, and I think we need him for the derby. We desperately need him for the derby, especially because it's Lazio-Roma. Again, I don't want to spoil the match preview and all of that, but there's a big difference between a Roma-Lazio and a Lazio-Roma, especially when you share your own stadium. The majority of the fan base is going to be Lazio in a Lazio-Roma derby. So home advantage will definitely be on their side. But he should be back for that. I mean, if he rests well for this Slavia game, which he would have never been back for, and maybe he rests for the Inter game, then I'm sure he will be back fit for the derby. But with that being said, I mean, I've said it yesterday, now comes the time where the tough fixtures come. Now comes the time where the tests really come. Monza, in my opinion, is a great side. No disrespect to them, but obviously Inter, Lazio, and these teams are better. We're definitely giving a great sense of continuity to our result. A good sense of consistency is definitely building. It's now it's all about bringing that in these big games. You know, big games are important. Big games are important, especially because top four has potentially reopened. It's not impossible to get top four, but obviously, if we want to get top four, we need to win big games. I think in terms of the top four chat, I mean, look, let's speak about let's give it 2 minutes to speak about this because I know people are interested. Speaking about top four right now is premature. it's doable because you look at the table and we're not far, but it's premature because we still need to win a big game. And you've got the likes of Inter who win big games every weekend. Juventus just won against Milan. Next weekend you've got Napoli against Milan. Getting top four means competing with your opponents, and competing with your opponents means winning big games. So if we don't win big games and we just focus on getting points with the little signs, we're not going to get top four. So right now, it's just about breaking the glass and starting to win some big games, and also keeping the glass protected from those little small games which this team tends to underestimate once in a while. That's the recipe to get top four. I think when it comes to top four, it's all about that fourth position, because Milan, Inter and Juventus, they're just different. They're just better. So it's genuinely a fight between us, Lazio, Fiorentina, which I think, look, Fiorentina is a surprise, and Napoli. Empoli away to Fiorentina, leading 1-0 at half-time. That is massive news for us. That is massive news for us. I think it's a fight between these four teams. Winning big games gives you a massive boost. And I think that's all we need to start doing. But again, we've got Inter on Sunday, and it's very tempting to speak about the Inter game, especially because it's such a heated game with Lukaku back at San Siro. The fans are welcoming back with 40,000 whistles, and they're going to blow that whistle every time he touches the ball. If Lukaku scores, the away end is going to go mental. And he is going to go mental. He's going to go like that as he's never done before. But we've got Slavia Prague before. Delicate game. Delicate Europa League game. We win that game, not only we qualify, but we give a massive statement to Slavia Prague, telling them, I want to get first. I'm better than you. I am going to get first. It's at home, so we can't miss it. We have to win. I don't want too many rotations, because I want to win on Thursday, and it's very important that we do win on Thursday. I'm expecting some rotations, just not massive rotations, because yeah, it's a game which we can't underestimate. Slavia Prague are the best out of the three in our group stage, and then we can focus on Inter, which won't be easy, but bring the challenge on. Right, let's read some comments, and then I'll end the stream. By the way, how's the sound doing? Is the sound doing good? Is the sound doing good? Thanks for clarifying. Josie has been good with referees this season, says Silva. Roma XG 2.5 to Monza, 0.5 roughly. Had we converted, the result would have been much better. Yeah, it was just a tough game to score yesterday. They played very well defensively. You can't say anything about that. Salef says Daje Roma. Himadri says Daje Roma. Daje. Imagine Lukaku scoring against Inter. Oh, if it happens. I wanted to get a ticket to go to the game, but I could not. It went sold out like that. Are you going to the derby, Simo? I am 100% going to the Roma Lazio. I am 90% going to the Lazio Roma, which is in a few weeks. I am gonna go. I am gonna go to to both derbies, because I know how big of a game it is, which a lot of you guys are also interested in, watching stadium vlogs, so I am gonna go. Yeah. Lukaku's pissed off with Inter. He will want to score. He will want to score indeed. Right, I'm going to catch you tomorrow with match preview, Slavia Prague match preview. In the meantime, smash the like button in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, share the link of this channel with your families and friends. Hit that like button before ending this stream. Do it, do it, do it. Do it, and Lukaku scores against Inter. And other than that, go watch the first podcast video type that I filmed with one of you guys earlier today. It was us choosing our favorite Roma players all time and our current Roma favorite players. And yeah, take care. Talk to you soon. And yeah, see you on.